Lewis Hamilton has finally arrived at Ferrari. A huge groundbreaking moment. People are bound to go bonkers in Maranello. And it's just the beginning. Australia would be even more crazy. Seeing Hamilton for the first time in those scarlet red overalls racing for Ferrari. Yes, he'll also do a private test in Fiorano. He'll appear in the season launch, in the car launch. Then there's Bahrain testing. But that first race in Australia, in Melbourne, that's going to be something. The environment, the vibe, the reception that he's going to get from the Tifosi. Ideally, it would be amazing to see Schumacher's record being beaten by Hamilton, getting that elusive 8th world title. It would be a poetic and historical moment for F1. Like, imagine Hamilton beating Leclerc or Norris or Verstappen in the final race in Abu Dhabi. The 2025 season would be the greatest season for many, and it should be that way. But amid all this celebration of a new chapter and all the Hamilton aura vibes because of his pictures in front of the Ferrari factory that are circulating on social media, can he actually deliver? That's a question that's been bugging me for a while because this is not the same Lewis Hamilton from 2020 or 2021. He's turned 40, and at that age, he will have some issues to adapt to that Ferrari car, to adapt to a new team culture. And there is no guarantee that he can deliver the dominant performances he did at Mercedes. So I've thought some of the risks that Hamilton will have to overcome to have that fairy tale ending at Ferrari, get that 8th World Championship, beat Schumacher's record. And it kind of feels like spoiling the party, but these are some of the risks that Hamilton will have to face. That is the ground reality at the moment. Firstly, multiple champion drivers have come to Ferrari. Lewis Hamilton is not the first driver to have had success elsewhere and then come to Ferrari as this reputed multiple world champion. Alain Prost, Fernando Alonso, Sebastian Vettel. All of these are the perfect cases in point. Multiple world champion drivers coming to Ferrari, and it did not achieve them success. It is never a certainty that they will have success with the Scuderia. Prost was a 3-time world champion when he switched to Ferrari. He could not increase his tally with them. Came close only once in 1990. The same goes for Alonso, 2-time champion, switching to Ferrari in 2010. Challenged for the title at the first time of asking, but fell short agonizingly. And that was the case in 2012 too. It was always agony and frustration, and his frustration was palpable. In 2012 and 13, it just was unbearable for him to miss out on titles despite being the best at that time, but not having the car underneath him. That was Ferrari's error. Even when Prost was there, it was Ferrari that fell short. Obviously, Sebastian Vettel being the most recent example. Two failed title challenges in 2017 and 2018. 15 race wins. A big deal. His move to Ferrari was also a similar event. Joining the team of his role model Schumacher and then not getting the success he desired. Even if he had won that one world championship in 2018, become a 5-time champion, that would have meant the world to him. But it was a horrible showing from the team and from him as well, making mistakes. And then Leclerc's arrival obviously paved the way for the forgettable and horrible end to his Ferrari stint, almost ended his career. So that's been the story. Prost, Alonso, Vettel, these guys have been in the same position Hamilton is right now. Only two drivers have been able to win championships at Ferrari after having won titles elsewhere. No prizes for guessing who those are. Michael Schumacher and Juan Manuel Fangio. Fangio in particular won titles with three different teams. In the mid 50s, Alfa Romeo, Mercedes, Maserati, then came to Ferrari in 56 and won his fourth title. Schumacher's record obviously doesn't need much elaboration, but one thing about his 5 consecutive championship juggernaut is that he took 4 seasons to win his first title. He was 27 when he came to Maranello in 1996. 96 was a write-off. 97 he got disqualified. And then 98 and 99 saw heartbreaking losses at the hands of Mika Hakkinen. Still, Schumacher was relatively in his prime form, in his late 20s, entering his 30s. Hamilton is way past that mark. And there is no guarantee that he's got much time on his hand like Schumacher had. For Hamilton, it's like win it in the next 2 years, get that 8th title, and then retire. Don't know what's his long term plan, if he wants to have an age battle with Fernando Alonso on who stays longer in F1, but it should not be like for elongating his career, he has an underpass stint with Ferrari without getting many wins or winning a championship, because that would be nothing less than a failure. The battle between a 7-time world champion and an 8-time Grand Prix winner, it is quite simple to judge who can come out on top. 99% of the times it will be Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton could easily slam Charles Leclerc like he's a nobody. But can he? Like at the peak, like his Mercedes days, that was a cakewalk for Hamilton. Surely he would have slammed Leclerc. But the way he struggled against George Russell in the past 3 years, it isn't a guarantee that Hamilton can get the better of Leclerc. Leclerc has been racing for 6 years at Ferrari now. He is not going to just stay back as a wingman and let Hamilton have a clean shot at the title. If Ferrari are going to make a competitive car, the Monegasque is going to be in the fight. And Leclerc is also supremely good qualifier, just like Russell. So Hamilton has a tough battle on hand. He cannot afford to underestimate Leclerc, especially after the kind of season he had last year. 3 wins, multiple podiums. If it wasn't for Ferrari's mid-season slump, Leclerc could have challenged for the championship and took it much closer than Lando Norris did. He sort of seems to be in this purple patch at the age of 27, entering his prime age arguably. It's going to be very interesting how that Leclerc versus Hamilton battle shapes up. They never had any issues or incidents. They have raced multiple times for race wins as well. They never had any collisions, any crashes, any sort of controversial incidents on track. So let's see if that will change in 2025. They will have a similar car, so it could develop into an intra-team battle in qualifying, in the race as well. And if there is a championship challenge on the line, I'm really excited to see how closely can Leclerc fight with Hamilton. Now it all depends on whether Hamilton can rediscover his mojo or not. Currently it feels like he needs an arm around his shoulder. Perhaps Frederick Vasseur can be that person to give him that confidence and assurance that he can do it. He still has got the ingredients to fight for the championship. It's all about how confident Hamilton can feel. Whether he can settle in well with Ferrari, their new culture and environment. And that environment has also changed under Vasseur. This is not the same Ferrari. So there is a chance that Hamilton can benefit like Schumacher when they had a Frenchman as their team boss. Back then, the combination of John Todt and Michael Schumacher was that ideal combination that led Ferrari to the juggernaut, the dominant championship juggernaut that they had in the early 2000s. And the way 2024 has panned out, it seems like things have changed again in that manner. So Vasseur can be that man and Hamilton can be that multiple world champion, that talisman who overturns Ferrari's fortunes and brings back championship glory to Maranello. It's just that can Hamilton capitalize on that changed environment? Can he adapt to the Ferrari car, which will be quite different from Mercedes? It would be quite fitting to see him get that record title, beat Schumacher at Ferrari in Ferrari colors. But when will we see that? Will it happen right away in 2025? Will it happen in 2026 when the new regulations come in? or perhaps even 2027. Time will tell. For now, Hamilton will have to get on board, settle in well with the team, and just take it one race at a time, one day at a time.